Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, quick video, how to make a backing for like a puzzle or a poster or something so you can hang it on your wall. So stick with us, find out how. Okay, so some friends of mine like to build puzzles in their spare time, right? And they happened to build a puzzle that was round. It was a circle, and they were very proud of it. It was a cool puzzle. It's super hard to build. It looked like the moon, so it was like a picture of the moon up close, but it was a circle. So they wanted to buy something to hang it on the wall because they didn't want to take it apart. And everything they found online were just for like square puzzles. So they asked me, they're like, hey, do you have any ideas? How can we mount this? I said, well, I've got some thin, maybe 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch plywood out in the garage. This is this old scrap piece. I could probably cut a circle in for it. So nothing crazy today. Just gonna take this piece of old scrap, draw a circle on it, and cut it out. But there's cool ways to cut perfect circles. You can put it on like a bandsaw and center it if you have a real big one. Most people don't. You can put it on, I've got a router up there that they make like special router jigs to make perfect circles. Most people don't have that either. If you're watching this channel at least, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you do. So I figured, how could I do it? So I'm going to cut it with a jigsaw and then just kind of sand it, shape it down. Then maybe we'll put like a hanger on the back so they can hang it like on a hook, like a picture frame type thing, and that'd probably be good. So let's get to work. All right, so this is the piece of scrap that I had. I built a cabinet or something a couple years ago, and this was like an offcut of like the backing of it. Or maybe the bottom, could have been a shelf bottom. I'm not sure what I used it for at this point, but this is the piece. It's dirty. It's been sitting over in the wood pile for a year or two. So what we want to do is cut a 27-inch circle out of this. So the first thing we want to do is find the center of this board so that we can do that. All of the squares that I have are not long enough to traverse this point to that point. So I've just got this piece of machined like MDF left over from a cabinet installation, but it does have a straight edge. Okay, so I've got this lined up corner edge to edge here, as close as you can, and then just take a pencil and draw a line across. Then you're going to want to flip it around, go from corner to corner on the other side, and draw a line across. So now this center point right here, that's your center. All right, so to get our circle, we're going to take their center point there, and we're going to drill a hole that's just big enough to fit like any kind of finish nail. You could use a screw, you could use a dowel, just something, but we're not worried about the back of this being shown because the puzzle's going to cover it, so a little hole's not going to matter in this case. So let's drill a hole through the center. Our nail's going to go in the middle. All right, so now get yourself a spool of string or twine or whatever you want to do. And we're going to tie the string to one end of our pencil. Or tie one end of the string to our pencil. Speaking is difficult. Now, to avoid this string from sliding around too much, I'm just going to put a piece of tape on it just to give it a little more grip. So then it's just the fact of measuring out our distance. So we want a 27-inch circle 27 be? 26. 16. That was, Jesus, man, math is hard. Okay, so now once you've got your string tied on, basically what we want to do is wrap this around. And this might be take a little trial and error to get it perfect, but we want to do half of our circle. So if we're doing 27, that means we want to go 13 and a half inches away from that. So we can kind of almost do this, go like that. From the nail and draw a line at 13 and a half. And now we want to put our center point there and just kind of wrap that a few times. Cut that string, holding it to make sure it doesn't slip. Tie a little knot and gently just make sure that you're still on your line, and then secure that a little bit more. Just tie it over itself. Okay, so now that's in place, that's in place. I'm going to put one more piece of tape on that so that that doesn't come off at some point, just to be safe with it. Right? Triple check. So that's our line. So now we're just going to go from line to line here, keeping tension on the string. And try to keep the pencil as upright as you can. Okay, so that should be 27-inch circle, roughly. Yep, 27 that way. And 27 that way. Okay. This side I got a little off there, a little in, but we're gonna follow the outside line. All right, to cut our circle, we're just gonna use a jigsaw. Most people have one of these. You know, they come in all different shapes and sizes, but for the most part, it's a saw, goes up and down. You are not gonna get a nice smooth cut with these. It's very hard to do. I mean, it is possible to do it, but you know, one side's usually gonna be pretty rough. So just expect that. You're gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup after. Let's see, what do I have for blades even? That one's not bad. Like this blade here, probably not gonna wanna cut with something like that. That's super aggressive. It's for fast cutting wood, and it's just gonna rip this little stuff up. And I dropped it on the ground. This one is not too bad. All right, so to cut this, we're gonna use our jigsaw. This one has a kind of a laser line on it. You wanna try to keep it on the line. But basically what we want to do is, this is gonna be really hard to keep a accurate, perfect round circular cut here, okay? So what we're gonna do is cut sections. We're gonna cut from line to line here like we did with our drawing. And then we're gonna cut a little bit away from our line so that we can kind of sand down to our line and get a better, more rounded, nice, smoother look. So I've got my sawhorses kind of set up here. I don't want to cut into them, so I'm gonna kind of come from this lowest point, closest point to the edge, and come up and then go up, and then I'll come back around that way. So let's do this. All right, I cut through that. So there is our circle. And now we've got, bring our sawhorses back together. So we've got a little room here to work. Now we've got our circle. So let's double check our measurements now, because we're probably too late if we messed this up. We've got 27 inches to that line. 27 inches to that line. So basically you can see I kind of cut, this is our messed up line, but this is our line. So I left a little bit of the pencil line all the way around, some a little thicker in some spots than others. But essentially we're gonna take our orbital sander now and come through here and sand this edge so it's not as rough. And we're gonna sand down to just get that line to go away. And that should give us a nice round 27-inch circle. And this will be the nice face that we show out to people. See how it's less of a rough cut on this side than this side that kind of chairs it up. So, all right, let's get to sanding. All right, so we're gonna use our orbital sander. I've just put some 60 grit on the bottom. You could go finer if you want to, but we need to take some material off, so I just went with more of kind of aggressive cut or aggressive grit. So what I'm thinking is this is going to be the side that goes against the wall. So if they ever do take it down, it looks nice, right? Sand that little tear out there. So be cautious with plywood. I mean, this isn't gonna matter for its use, but if you sand too rough, you'll go through the layers like that. But I'd rather have it be like that than give someone a splinter. So on this back side, I think what I want to do is paint it black. So my theory is if there's a puzzle there, right, and as it's hanging at some point, maybe a gap opens up or something, a little line, you don't want something bright shining through showing that gap more, maybe because it's got a lot of dark in it, right? I know the moon, it seems white, but there's a lot of black in it too, and that'll kind of camouflage those cracks. So I'm gonna spray this, the side facing the puzzle that is gonna go down black. So that means on this side, what I wanna do is put somewhere to hang it. And all my stuff, I know I've got those little like sawtooth things to hang a picture off of, but can't find anything. And then I started thinking, like, if I do go put it on here. How am I gonna mount it? You know, because I can't get, I mean, this will probably hold a little screw, but I don't know that I would have a screw short enough to go through this and not come through the other side and poke through the puzzle. So I think the answer is going to be command Velcro strips anyway, right? Put some command Velcro strips on here, just probably honestly just one at the top, you know, up here, and it would hold it fine, or two on the sides, keep it level. So basically this is done. All I'm gonna do is just paint the backside black, and I'll send this off to them so they can mount their puzzle. All right, so there you have it. 127-inch round circle of wood. Pretty cool. I think it'll work for what they need. We got the black background sprayed, so if there are any gaps in the puzzle or anything to open over time, it won't be as noticeable with something bright shining through. And then this is our finished side that's gonna go against the wall, nice and smooth. We've got mounting options with command strips, or I could probably eventually get something in here if they want, you know, something. I don't think that puzzle's very heavy, so it should be fine. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up down there, comment or anything. If I screwed anything up horribly, let me know. If you liked what I did, let me know. That'd be cool. Subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. So it just occurred to me, we forgot something super important on this. Nothing is complete without Mateo Outdoor sticker. And it covers up the hole.